Hello, this is David Thompson.
And I'm Ursula Thompson with Food is Free Project Tacoma, and this is our sharing table.
Well, I started in 2015 with a little table out in front of my house, giving food away. And from there, it's grown to 31 tables around Tacoma now, growing more every day. We built gardens around town as well, because one of our aspects is that we have fresh food at the table. So there's gardens that support each one of these tables.
I started my sharing table this year, and it grew from 1 table to 4 very quickly, and it's become a fixture in our community.
What a neat idea. Let's put a little table out in front of the house and we'll just give stuff to the neighbors. It started off slow. People didn't come use it at first, but then it began to pick up. And then what we've discovered is once we put it in town is that neighbors will come up and contribute to the table. They'll go into their pantries, find extra food, and come put it on the table as well. It's quite the phenomenon.
What you'll find here is all stuff that's pretty much shelf stable, you know, stuff that you don't need to have refrigerated. Yesterday we got a big donation from one of the local food banks, and so we have quite a variety. So from their donations we get things from corporate sponsors and stuff like that, like Costco, fresh produce, canned goods, snacks. We just had a big giveaway yesterday, and it was gone in 45 minutes, and we had over 1,000 pounds of food.
How much bread do y'all have? Well, I've been having problems with raccoons, so we can just put it in here.
The Cheez-Its?
Cheez-Its will probably be fine in this bin. So every food is free table is a little bit different. There is the central location where food comes in and the organizers bring products to various tables. And then the other piece of it is that some tables supply their own food throughout the week too, that are typically either non-perishable or vegetables, shelf-stable kinds of things. So the thing that you don't want to have on your tables is you don't want to have dairy and you don't want to have meats unless the meats are canned. So why do we do that? Well, we do that because if you have products out on your table that can get other people sick, you're actually doing a disservice to the community rather than actually helping support the community. And then last week I did get some oranges, and that box was full when I got it, and it's completely, it's been used in the right ways. And then one of the things that I try to do with the folks who are down at the block, if they take the oranges, I ask them to bring me back the peels because I actually put them in my garden. So it's kind of a complete process, and so then they get to also give back. So my table's super active with raccoons. So for a while we were also feeding the local raccoons, and so I came up with an idea as to how to keep the raccoons away, which is that I used just a small little pet crate, bolted it down to the table, and then all of our breads and things that are easily grabbed by raccoons slide in here, and then they get closed up so that way the raccoons can't get at them as easily. The community all knows that it's still available to grab and take down to their camp. We've got some rice in here too. One of the really great things is that the Food is Free Project also partners with various groups in Tacoma. So we've got, this one is Emergency Food Network. So EFN works with the Food is Free Project to actually get things out that are in their bulk bags, which this is like 3 meals for somebody down at the end of the block. So really great opportunity to work with various organizations in the neighborhood. So Food is Free isn't just their own entity. They work with everybody that they can to actually expand the amount of food that gets out throughout the city. Well, the other thing that I like to do is usually I'll grab a box of goodies and take it directly down to the community at the end of the block. So that way, if for some reason they're not up and about by the time stuff gets here, they still have food available to them. So I make sure that they get at least 1 box every time directly delivered to their community down at the end.
We do have houseless issues here in Tacoma, and this is one way that we're trying to help the situation. We're trying to help them get nutritious food, have access to it all the time, and and have good food. You know, I think that's super important. So yeah.
Yeah, I encourage all of us to work together, and together we could do this.
Right, because we're all a community, houseless or not. Yeah, and one of the things I've noticed too, and which is really alarming to me here in Tacoma, is just the increase in violence and attitude towards homelessness or houselessness, especially with the recent shooting that happened here on M Street and 6th Ave. Like a neighbor just was really angry, and just went to the encampment with somebody else and was looking to hurt somebody. And so they were going around rousing people with baseball bats, and then someone came out to defend one of the girls that actually got hit by the bat and shot him. So that was pretty tragic.
That was just 2 blocks.
Yeah.
I've been homeless myself, between living on the streets and living in my car several times. So I know how important little spots like this are to come and get food, that you can go and get ready to eat food. You know, the city is trying. They're not always successful at it, but they're giving it an attempt. And, you know, they're getting a lot of flack right now, and people are saying they're not helping. They have. They put up these little tiny villages. Those were work. That was a lot of work, and there was a lot of money involved into that. There was studies, and, you know, things aren't that easy with government. You have to work through steps, and there's studies, and people have to be informed, and things don't proceed quickly. So what they're doing is they're trying hard, and I think we're getting ahead, and we just need to encourage them to continue doing what they're doing, and stop being so combative with them, and let's encourage them to do a better job, because they're doing a pretty good job now, and I think we could encourage them to do even better.
With COVID, a lot of the food banks didn't have their volunteer base because a lot of them had to quarantine themselves because they're elderly, and the people that had the time before are the ones that now couldn't volunteer. So we've taken a lot of donations from food banks because we don't want the food to spoil. We've also been in contact with a lot of food rescue organizations.
For whatever reason, not able to go to a local food bank, they're able to come here, you know, meet their other neighbors, get food, bring food. You know, it's an exchange. So it's more than just like a food bank service. It's like, especially in this social element right now,
Right.
it gives people an opportunity to just chat, you know, be friendly, and you know, and not feel the pressure of our economy right now. You know,
Pressured into thinking that no one really cares because everyone's so afraid of COVID and you know everything. But it's really nice that people are giving right now.
We have a map on our Facebook group as well as on our website, which is foodisfree253.com. So we have a list of all of our certified tables, and that means that they've taken the food handling course, Serve It Safe, through Pierce County Health Department. If you want to start a sharing table, you can contact me, Ursula, at foodisfree253.com. And I can help you guide where you need to go get your food handler's card, and it's really as simple as that.